What if I told you that the biggest shift in your life won't come from working harder, but from thinking differently? That the breakthrough you've been praying for, grinding for, waiting for is already available to you the moment you decide to believe it's already done. I'm not here to give you fluff. I'm here to give you truth. Life doesn't change when your circumstances change. It changes when you change. When you stop reacting to life and start creating it from the inside out. Today, I'm going to share one mindset, just one, that will change everything. Not someday, right now. But you have to stay with me. You have to lean in. Because if you absorb this, if you truly embody this, you walk out of here with more power than you've ever felt before. So I ask you, are you ready to act as if it's already done? Are you ready to stop hoping and start becoming? Let me tell you something that most people never realize. You don't get what you want in life, you get who you are. And that's not just a cute quote. It's the root of everything. Your results, your relationships, your income, your health, they are all a reflection of the identity you're living from, whether you know it or not. See, most people try to change their life by focusing on the outside. They chase new habits, strategies, or tools. And listen, those things matter, but if you keep operating from the same identity, if you still see yourself as someone who tries or hopes or wishes for change, you'll always fall short of lasting transformation. Why? Because your subconscious mind will sabotage anything that doesn't align with how you see yourself. The real shift happens when you make a decision to become the person who already has what you desire. That's what act as if it's already done really means. It's not about pretending. It's about embodying the energy, the standards, the confidence, and the certainty of the person who already lives the life you want. Not someday, now. When you truly shift your identity, you don't need to try to be disciplined, you are disciplined. You don't have to force confidence, you walk in it naturally. You stop chasing abundance and start expecting it because it's who you are. The outside begins to reflect the inside. Think about it. If I handed you the results of your dream life right now, but your identity wasn't aligned with it, you'd lose it. You'd sabotage it. You wouldn't be able to sustain it. Why? Because you're still playing at the level of who you were, not who you're becoming. That's why people win the lottery and go broke. That's why someone can lose weight and gain it right back. The change wasn't in who they are, it was just in what they did. And what you do will always snap back to match who you believe yourself to be. So if you want massive lasting change, you must first upgrade your identity. Stop identifying with the struggle, the story, the limits. Decide who you are. Decide what version of you walks through this life from this moment forward. Is it the version that's waiting to be worthy? Or is it the version who already knows it's done? Because here's the truth. The version of you that already has what you want isn't out there in the future. That version is inside you now, waiting to be activated. And you activate it the moment you say enough. I no longer settle for the old story. I no longer negotiate with my greatness. The shift begins the moment you stop asking, can I? And start declaring, I already am. And when your identity shifts, your entire world follows. Here's what most people don't get. Your mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality when it's vividly felt. That's your power. That's your leverage. And when you truly understand that, you stop waiting for proof and you start creating the feeling of victory right now. The problem is we've been conditioned to believe we need to see it before we can believe it. That we have to wait for the external win, the money, the body, the relationship, before we give ourselves permission to feel successful, to feel confident, to feel fulfilled. But that's completely backward. If you wait to feel it until it shows up, it never will. You've got to reverse the flow. You've got to create the emotion before the event. The people who rise, who truly change their lives, are the ones who generate the feeling of the outcome now, before there's any evidence. They walk like it's done. They talk like it's done. They make decisions from the place of it already being done. That's not arrogance. That's alignment. That's how you collapse time. Because if you're constantly doubting, second guessing, hesitating, you're sending a signal to your nervous system and to life itself that says, I'm not ready, I'm not sure, I don't believe. And you get exactly that back. Delay, distraction, detours. But when you act as if it's already done, when you feel the emotions of having it now, you rewire your brain to believe, you open up creativity, you open up boldness, you take different actions, you attract different energy, and you step into a totally different frequency. Now, I know someone's thinking, but what if I feel like I'm lying to myself? Listen closely. You're not lying to yourself when you act as if. It's the truest version of you. The lie is the limitation. The lie is the doubt. The lie is that you need something outside of you to validate who you are. You don't wait for confidence, you generate confidence. You don't hope for clarity, you move and clarity meets you. And you certainly don't wait for permission to live like the person you're meant to become. You decide that now. Feel it now, move from it now, speak from it now. When you walk into a room, you do it like the opportunity is already yours. When you send the message, pitch the idea, create the content, you do it like the result is already guaranteed. Because when your mind and body are aligned with the outcome before it arrives, it has no choice but to catch up. Life mirrors your energy, not your intentions. Feel it now and watch how fast reality shifts to match it. Most people live their lives as reactors. They wake up and wait to see what happens. They check their phone to find out how they should feel. They scroll through social media, read the messages, look at their bank balance, and based on what they see, that's how they show up. But let me tell you something. If you're waiting for the world to give you a reason to be powerful, you'll never be powerful. If you're waiting for evidence before you shift, you're giving your life away. You have to flip the script. You have to become the initiator. That means you decide how you show up before the world tells you how to feel. That means you lead with energy instead of reacting to circumstance. You don't wait for the mood, the motivation, or the perfect conditions. You bring them. You generate them. You walk in like the room was waiting for you. And I know what some people are thinking, but what if I'm not feeling it today? What if I'm tired? What if I'm stressed? I get it. I've been there. But let me tell you the truth. Power is a decision, not a mood. Leadership starts with leading yourself first. So when you feel off, when life's heavy, when everything in you wants to pull back, that's your moment. That's your edge. That's the moment where you either shrink or rise. See, when you act as if it's already done, you show up like the deal's closed. Even before the meeting starts, you show up like the client is already signed, the impact already made, the future already secured. And here's the magic. When you show up from that place, people feel it. Energy doesn't lie. It speaks louder than your words. Most people walk into situations hoping to be chosen, hoping to be validated. But the ones who lead their life, they walk in knowing they belong there. Not because of ego, but because they've already seen the vision inside. They've already claimed it in their mind. They don't need permission. They've already given it to themselves. You walk like it's done. You speak like it's done. You carry yourself like the outcome is guaranteed, not because you're faking it, but because you've aligned your entire being with what you decided is yours. That's not pretending. That's owning. That's leadership. That's living from the inside out. So the question is, are you initiating your life or reacting to it? Are you commanding your energy or waiting to see how the day feels before you decide who you'll be? Because once you make the shift from waiting to leading, you stop chasing results and you start creating them. And in that moment, the world starts responding to you differently because you're no longer asking for permission. You're already living like it's done. Here's the truth. Your actions are the bridge between your mindset and your reality. You can think all the right thoughts, feel all the right feelings, but if you don't back it up with massive, consistent action, nothing changes. This is where most people get stuck. They believe mindset alone is enough. But mindset without action is just wishful thinking. And acting as if it's already done means you don't wait for motivation or perfect conditions to take the next step. You show up, you move forward, and you keep moving even when you don't feel like it. Because the person who already has what you want doesn't wait around. They execute. They take responsibility for their results. They understand that success is a process, a series of decisions and actions repeated over time. And here's something powerful. When you start acting as if, you don't just change your outer behavior. You reprogram your nervous system. You build new neural pathways that support your new identity. Every time you act like the person who's already succeeded, you reinforce that identity inside yourself. It's like telling your brain, this is who I am now. And over time, it becomes automatic. But don't get me wrong, action doesn't mean reckless hustle. It means intentional, focused, relentless pursuit of your vision. It means saying no to distractions, no to excuses, no to anything that doesn't serve your growth. It means setting standards so high that anything less feels uncomfortable. It means committing to the process even when the results haven't shown up yet. Because here's the secret, results don't show up just because you want them. They show up because you do the work. You take the action. You're relentless. You keep going when others quit. You keep showing up when it's hard. And the beauty of acting as if is that it fuels your motivation. The more you act like the person who's already there, the more energy you generate. The more energy you generate, the more action you take. And the more action you take, the faster your reality shifts. So stop waiting for everything to be perfect. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Start moving now with what you have, where you are, and who you are becoming. Because the person who acts as if it's already done doesn't wait for the finish line to celebrate. They celebrate every step along the way, knowing every action brings them closer. And that relentless action is what turns your vision into your life. Here's the thing most people miss. They think they have to do it all alone. They believe their transformation is a solo mission, a lonely climb up a mountain. But the truth is, no one creates lasting change without support. We are wired for connection, and the people you surround yourself with either lift you higher or pull you deeper into old patterns. If you want to live like your goals are already achieved, you must surround yourself with those who are already living that reality or are committed to the same level of growth. Your environment, your tribe, your circle, they are the invisible force shaping your mindset, your habits, and your identity. When you act as if it's already done, but your environment is stuck in doubt, fear, and excuses, you're fighting an uphill battle. You have to either raise your environment or risk losing your progress. Because energy is contagious. Belief is contagious. Success is contagious. Ask yourself, who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they the people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you forward? Or are they the ones who keep you small, comfortable, and safe in your old story? It's not about cutting everyone off or isolating yourself. It's about intentionally choosing who you allow to influence your thoughts, your energy, your dreams. It's about finding mentors, coaches, friends, and communities who hold you accountable to your highest vision. And let me be clear, this isn't just about encouragement. It's about real, raw, honest feedback. It's about being called out when you're slipping back into old patterns. It's about having people who see your potential even when you doubt it yourself. When you build a support system like this, acting as if becomes easier because you're not alone. You're walking alongside others who are moving forward, who are doing the work, who are committed to their own breakthroughs. That collective energy fuels your own, it accelerates your growth, it holds you accountable to keep stepping into the identity you're claiming. You don't have to do this alone. No one does. The fastest way to live as if it's already done is to walk with those who already live it. Surround yourself wisely and watch how your life shifts. The final piece of this mindset, and maybe the most powerful, is understanding that patience without action is just procrastination, and action without patience is frustration. When you act as if it's already done, you step into a powerful dance between faith and work, belief, and persistence. You have to learn to trust the process, even when the results aren't visible yet, because transformation doesn't always show up overnight. The world wants to sell you instant success, overnight miracles, quick fixes, but real change is deeper, stronger, and slower. It's a process of becoming. That's why so many people give up too soon. They plant the seed, water it once, and expect a forest to grow the next day. When the results don't appear, they quit. They say it's not working. But the truth is, the process was happening all along. It just needed time, faith, and consistent effort. When you act as if it's already done, you bring unwavering faith to the journey. You don't just hope for results, you expect them. You don't just try, you commit. You don't just show up when it's easy, you show up when it's hard. And here's the key. Patience doesn't mean being passive. Patience means persistent action with calm confidence. It means doing the work every day while knowing that the harvest will come. It means keeping your vision alive even when the road is long and the obstacles seem endless. Because when you combine patience with action, you tap into a power that most people never find. A power that keeps you moving forward even when the noise around you says stop. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers, the hopeful from the achievers. You have to believe in the invisible progress, the small wins, the internal shifts that don't show up on the scale or in the bank account, but are building the foundation for your success. And when you keep moving with faith, the universe begins to respond. Doors open, opportunities arrive, and people show up in your life who accelerate your journey. But it only happens when you're persistent, patient, and fully committed to acting as if it's already done. So don't let impatience steal your breakthrough. Don't let frustration push you into quitting. Instead, anchor yourself in faith and action. Trust that every step you take is building momentum, and every moment of persistence is creating your new reality. Because when patience meets action, your vision doesn't just remain a dream, it becomes your life. Keep moving forward even when you don't see it yet, and the breakthrough will come.